semen retention and what happens when you don't bust nuts. You guys gotta understand, when you don't bust a nut, you building up a lot of protein. You building up a lot of protein. You building up a lot of nutrients that the body needs, to heal, that the body needs to perform at at different high levels. You know what I'm saying? And it makes your body function better when you're not busting nuts. It's spiritual growth, mental growth, and financial growth, and just growth in general. You're gonna just grow in all those areas, spiritually, physically, mentally, and financially, because you're holding in that sexual energy, and the benefits is very, very powerful. You might not even understand like how much power you actually have inside of your body until you don't bust a nut for weeks, months. And if you want to go as long as a year, try it. Go ahead. Go as long as a year if you want to do that. It's all up to you how long you want to be on this journey. But guys, man, there's a lot of benefits. Mental clarity. Mental clarity is like a very important benefit, that you need. You need mental clarity. You don't need no distractions in the brain. Because your brain, like if you busting nuts and you're releasing that protein, nutrients, and that vitamins, it's lowering your vibration. So it's damaging the brain fluids. You taking those brain fluids out your brain. That moisture, brain fluid, that moisturizes your brain and heals the brain. You taking all that out. You taking that fluid out. So it's like, it's not leaving it, moist. It's not processing right. You're not thinking right when you're releasing your sexual energy, because you lowering your vibration. You lowering your spirituality. You lowering your energy, your aura field, your masculine energy. You emasculating yourself, man. But that's one very, very good benefit, man. Mental clarity. You need that mental clarity so you can, so you won't be thinking so negative. And you won't be mentally tired. You could be physically tired, but when you're physically tired and when you're mentally tired, it affects the brain, because your body does what everything your mind tells it. So you guys got to understand, you're not going to be lazy mentally. You're going to have more willpower. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to have more self-love. You're going to have more spirit. You're going to have more positive energy mentally. So you're going to do positive things. You're going to be a positive person. You're going to project positive energy. So that's one benefit. Another benefit is willpower. Willpower is very, very, very important. Pretty much all of them is important, all the benefits. But willpower is very important because you need willpower to achieve your dreams, to elevate, to go up to the next level. Like if you in the gym and you lifting weights, you trying to get that weight up. That's by you holding in your semen retention. Probably before you was lifting like 170, but now since you're on semen retention, you lifting like 180. Like you went up 10 more pounds, like without even noticing it. Like, because that semen is building your testosterone. It's giving you muscle, it's giving you more muscle mass and everything. So you have willpower to like lift more than what you naturally, can. When you busting, you at your lower vibration. That's why you can't lift. A lot of guys might be thinking, man, why when I get on semen retention, I lift more? But then when I get off of it, I can't lift it no more. I can't lift how much I used to be lifting. What's going on? It's because when you get off semen retention and you start releasing that sexual energy, that chi energy, you don't have the energy to, the muscle mass and the masculinity and the willpower and the mental strength and the confidence to lift that 180. Now I got you back down to 170. See? But guys, willpower is very, very powerful, man. Willpower got got me 700 some videos in 1 year. And like, I know I say this quite a bit, but I'm saying this because just to let my new subscribers know that it's real. I got over 700 videos in 1 year on Semen Retention on YouTube. You could check out my old videos. If you think I'm lying, you can look me up. Think I'm lying. But it's true. All that willpower, doing extra videos, you just having that willpower, doing more videos, doing, more than 1 video a day sometimes. More than 2 videos a day sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just that willpower, that semen retention, it lifts up, it just put in you. It builds up that willpower, man. Another benefit is focus. Man, this is why a lot of guys, and I'm going to tell you the truth, this is why a lot of guys are not where they want to be at in life. This is one of the main reasons why a lot of guys are not where they want to be at in life. Their focus. A lot of you guys are focusing on women. Your focus is on everybody else. Your focus is on, what somebody else got going on. Being nosy. Worrying about this, worrying about that. You're supposed to be worrying about you. See, your focus and increases to put the focus right where it needs to be. Directly on you and what you're doing with your life. This is what you need to succeed. This is what you need to continue to stay consistent. Focus plays a good, it goes hand in hand with consistency. They both play a role. You got to have a lot of focus to be consistent at something. I'm telling you guys, because if your focus is off, you're going to lack consistency. That's just plain and simple. I don't know how else to tell you guys, but if you're lacking focus, you're lacking consistency at whatever field you're pursuing in. When it comes down to your purpose, you're going to lack that if you're lacking focus, because your focus is other places. It's not where it need to be. So, and focus is a part of your energy. So wherever you put your focus, wherever you put your energy at, man. So, and semen retention, it steals your frequency. How it steals your frequency? It steals your frequency to putting your focus back on what you need to be doing. See, when you're relapsing, you getting your frequency stolen by putting your focus on women, your friends, people that just, things that's not benefiting you. You put your TV, you put your focus on all this different stuff that's not benefiting you, that does have nothing to do with your purpose, and that's how it steals your frequency. When you relapse, it steals your frequency. When you retain, I know I said it steals your frequency. It doesn't steal your frequency. It keeps your frequency. Excuse me. It keeps your frequency back on you, right? Where it need to be. But guys, man, focus is what is going to get you where you need to be in life. This is a very good benefit. You need focus. This is why some of the guys, when they get up in age, 60, 70, 80, man, they have regrets. They be miserable. They realize, man, they didn't put their focus where they really supposed to be putting it at in their late, in their early 20s and 30s and 40s. They was putting a lot of guys put their focus on women, so they end up having a lot of regret. I don't want you guys to live with regret when you get older. So I'm teaching you about semen retention, so you don't have no regrets. You mark off everything that you want on that bucket list when you're on semen retention, because that's where you're gonna put your focus at, man. That's where you're gonna put your focus at, to mark off and do the things that's on your bucket list. And I know a lot of you guys want, you have a bucket list. You want to do certain things. You can get things done by being on semen retention. Now, another benefit is discipline. discipline, it plays a major role. A major role. You know, discipline, man. Discipline, it's the main thing. And it branches off, you know, into other stuff else. Because when you got discipline, man, you're going to have focus. You know, you're going to have routine when you have discipline. You're going to be able to practice what you're preaching when you have discipline. Even if sometimes you don't even feel like it, you're going to still be able to practice what you preach because you're going to persevere. You got that discipline. You know what? I need to get it done. I'm going to do it because you had that discipline. Discipline plays a major role. This is what's going to keep you on semen retention like long term. This is what gives you long-term longevity when it comes down to semen retention. Discipline. You need discipline on semen retention. I'm telling you. And semen retention is going to give you that discipline. But you got to keep retaining, man. Yeah, I know your sexual urges is going to, they're going to come up. They're going to rise up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel those urges. But discipline. It'll be like, nope, I'm not going to watch that video and relapse. Nope, I'm not going to call that chick up and relapse. Discipline is going to remind you on semen retention, look, this is what I'm doing. I need to transmute that energy when that sexual urge come up and go for a walk. Do some push-ups. If you do YouTube, upload another video. If you got a gym, go to the gym. If you got a gym membership, whatever you're doing, or if you in college, study some more for your test. You know, when that sexual urge come up. But discipline is going to, you know, keep you solid. It's going to keep you in the right direction. And that's the direction of your purpose. You know, what's benefiting you. Doing things that benefit you. A lot of guys lack discipline. A lot of guys lack discipline. This is why a lot of guys, you know, they'll start something. They'll start like they'll go to school and then they'll just quit. They'll drop out. You know, lack of discipline. You know, lack of focus. You know, or they'll start something else, a side business, and then if it's not taking off, you know, when it comes down to revenue, if it's not generating the right, you know, enough revenue when the time that they want to generate, then they'll just cut it off. See, that's all just a lack of discipline. That's all lack of discipline. But semen retention, it won't have you thinking like that. It'll give you long-term thinking. It'll give you long-term focus. See, I have long-term focus. Even though I already have like 700 some videos. Like, I be thinking to myself sometimes, man, I should have been blowed up. But guess what? I'm not going to give up and quit and start making videos. No, I have discipline to continue to keep going. That doesn't discourage me. It only makes me push more. It only makes me continue to stay consistent on my journey, on the semen journey. But discipline, bruh, it plays a major key in your life. This is why a lot of guys, they just can't finish nothing that they start. Lack of discipline. Now, it's not all the time that, oh, bro, I didn't enjoy that. You probably did enjoy it, but you thinking about just money, about, you know, how much money you put. Nah, if you really love what you're doing, now I love what I'm doing. Even though I feel like I deserve more revenue from this, but at the same time, I love what I'm doing. But I have discipline, so I'm going to continue to keep going. It's not just about the money. Because I have long-term discipline. I love what I'm doing. You know? But guys, that's what it's about, man. Discipline plays a major role in your life. You know, discipline, you know, can turn a good habit. Well, I'm going to say discipline can make a good thing that you're doing. By you practicing, it can turn into a habit. Like this, what I'm doing, I'm practicing semen retention. Now I got good habits because of discipline. Being on semen retention. Me helping you guys. I'm disciplined when it comes down to helping you guys with semen retention. I'm very, very disciplined. So, now I got good habits, man. I remember I used to have bad habits. I used to be stopping and relapse. I used to be stopping a lot. Relapsing. Letting out my semen. I used to have bad, you know, I used to put my discipline towards negative things. Now I'm putting it towards positive things. Now I see positive things happen in my life. See, because of discipline, because of semen retention, harnessing that sexual energy. You know, and God blessing me. No, I'm getting blessed. You know, so discipline plays a major part. Another benefit, healthy benefit, and this is very, very, very important too. Energy. You need energy. You know, I know a lot of you guys heard me talk about energy before, but for my new subscribers, man, you need energy. Semen retention gives you energy, but it's a natural energy. Natural energy, man. You know, it restores that energy. You know, a lot of guys, they don't have a lot of energy because they're not on semen retention. So what they do is they work a job they don't like, come home, and don't have no extra energy to pursue something else on the side, to make money on the side, to start a positive business on the side, because they don't have the energy. Because a lot of guys are not retaining their sexual energy. Trust me. You need energy. This is why I continue to stay doing these videos. I have the energy to do it. I have the energy to do these videos. If I didn't have no energy, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. Energy is very important. You want your battery life in the green. This is what you want your battery life at, in the green. Excuse me, in life. You really want that 100% and keep it there. So you can just have, you know, just a lot of energy to do multiple things. Because us guys, man, a lot of you guys think like, you know, just working like, you know, 9-to-5 job is all you can do. No, that's not all you can do, bro. You got way more energy inside of you than you think. You just need to get on semen retention so you can discover that energy, so that energy can build up in your body, so you can have more energy, man. This is the truth, guys. So, man, this journey, you know, you're going to have discipline. You're going to have willpower. You're going to, oh, yeah, too. Another thing, you're going to be more spiritual. You're going to be more spiritual. You're going to be able to detect, you know, bad spirits. No, demons, witches. You're going to be able to detect that type of energy. And you're going to, you know, God going to keep you away from that type of energy. You're going to move away from that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. You're going to be digging for knowledge, digging for wisdom. Be more enlightened, more high vibrational. You're just going to feel good, man. And life is going to go so smooth on this journey. Life is going to go